Hey, Islander fans, how you all doing out there? I'm kind of excited tonight. I decided it's been a minute since I've done one of these Canadian Islander fan podcasts, and I thought, what better time to do it than when on a West Coast swing? Since I'm on the West Coast, Vancouver Island is great early game for me. However, all the people from the Eastern Seaboard, you guys, this is a pretty late game for you. So maybe this might be the best time to do maybe three podcasts maybe this week since they're on the West Coast swing. So I'm pumped for it. I'm starting to feel better. People who follow my channel, they know why I haven't been around for a while, but I'm excited about tonight. And yeah, so I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be a great game. I think we're pumped. But the one thing about the Kings is that, they're 38-20-9. They're an excellent team, and they could be fighting for first overall in the Western Conference. They may actually win it this year. So they've been playing that well. But when you look at the Islanders' record at 34-26-8, they're not that much better than us, even though we don't have a great record on the road. I think I've seen we've only won like 5 games since 2002 in LA, but we haven't played a whole lot of games either. So hopefully the Islanders can come back here and make this a real successful road trip. And I hate to say this because I know West Coast swings are not good to us, but I just have a good feeling that we're going to be 3-0 on this road trip. But first and foremost, we got to take care of the toughest team in front of us of the three, and that's going to be the Kings. And pretty much everything goes through Kopitar, so we need to shut down Kopitar for the game, and as well as you can contain them. Like maybe 1 point tonight or something like that. I'm hoping to see JG Pageau on the ice when I flip on the game here very shortly, as it's about to take off in about 10 minutes time here. So hopefully JG will be on my screen. That would be nice to see. We've gotten some help today. Things are going our way in the out of town scoreboard. Pittsburgh lost to and I love to saying this about other teams because people used to say it about us all the time. The Pittsburgh Penguins lose to the lowly Montreal Canadiens. That was an unexpected surprise for sure. That's keeping Pittsburgh within our range to catch by the end of this. This could be awesome. Get the 7th spot, draw Carolina. Svechnikov just went out for the season. You never know. Hey, you never know. But first and foremost, we've got to take care of this game. I'm excited about it. What else can I think of? Other than the out-of-town scoreboards going our way, Washington losing to the Rangers is the first time the Rangers have helped us this entire little stretch here. The Rangers, Tampa, and Toronto, all of the teams we dislike, all of them are losing to anybody who's anybody in the wild card race, but us, because we haven't played them. So anyway, I'm excited about it. I know it's going to be a tough game, but we really need this game. I really hope we take this one down. So anyway, as I said, I'm excited. So we'll see you in between the first and second intermission. After one period of play, the New York Islanders are up 1-0 over the Los Angeles Kings. You couldn't ask for a better road period than that, especially an opening road period. To be up 1-0 after one on the road against a team like the Kings, well, that's just a recipe for success right there. That will help you out immensely. And it's nice to see the Islanders taking it to them. I think the biggest difference that I noticed between the two teams in this game is the Islanders are playing with desperation. And this is an important game for the Kings, because if they have any aspirations of being first overall in the conference, they need to put up as many wins as possible. But when you match up desperation against wanting to win, just for a little better placement, when you match those two things against each other, that's when a lower seed team will beat a better team. And I'm not exactly saying the Islanders are the lower seed team, but they are. Los Angeles Kings are definitely a high tier team in the NHL this year. no matter what way you look at it. And with the addition of Korpisalo in there, which made 100% sense to me that Korpisalo would be starting this game. For one thing, he's a great goaltender, but with his knowledge of the East, it makes sense to have Korpisalo in there. Your goalies out west barely see the Islanders, so Korpisalo knew what was coming at him tonight. So anyway, I thought there was points in the game there where it got a little bit dull, but that was by design by the Islanders, and they just kept working hard all period long, and they got rewarded for it. Just over the halfway mark, the 11-minute mark, Pierre Engvall scores his second goal as a New York Islander and 14th of the season. And he looked really good on that shift. He had a chance just moments earlier before that, and both times that I saw him, it was definitely his speed that was making his chances for him. However, I will go on record as saying that I've been going around telling anybody that will listen that goaltenders basically can't catch a puck anymore. These days, these one sport wonders, and I don't know. I think the best goaltenders played baseball myself, to be honest with you, and you could see it on that goal. Korpisalo, he couldn't catch the puck. If the only time I would say that 85% of the goaltenders catch the puck is because they just put their glove out there and the puck goes in it, and it looks like they did a great job. But the thing's so freaking big. And if it's anywhere away from them, they can't get there because they can't catch a puck. They just sit there like big. Oh, look how big I am! Look how big I am! Shoot it at me! And there's so few of the goaltenders in the league like Shesterkin and Sorokin. Like I watched Shesterkin, like his goal hand was on fire in the game today. Was it today or yesterday? I can't remember. But anyway, it's fun to watch Sorokin and Shesterkin and a few others that have got some good glove hands out there, but not many, not many. So anyway, I thought we came out good, and then I also thought that play stagnated up until the point where we finally scored, and it kind of looked like I thought the early stages of the period, I thought we had the better of the play. And then I thought that the Kings took over, and both times it's just marginally. It wasn't that much difference between each other. And then the Islanders scored, and then the Kings took over for a bit more again, and then the Islanders picked it up for the last 5 minutes of the period. So overall, you got to be pretty happy with that. Good period by the Islanders. 1-0. You can't do better than that. So pretty excited about this. Oh, by the way, Ilya once again, of course, is in great form. We need Ilya so bad, and I just so enjoy watching him. And he looks zoned in tonight. If ever there was a goaltender that could live up to the nickname Hollywood, I really believe it would be Sorokin, because he's showtime in my opinion. And it must be something for the Kings fans who never get to see Sorokin play, and then all of a sudden just watch him like, whoa, 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 whoa. Who is this guy? Anyway, I'm pumped up about the second period. We'll see in between the second and third period. Hopefully the Islanders still got the lead. Well, that certainly went south in a hurry, didn't it? Holy cow, man. Boom, 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 boom. Just like that. Wow, we got blitzkrieged for taking whole World War II, saying, but holy smokes, man. The Los Angeles Kings lead the New York Islanders 4-2 after the second period. The Islanders going into the second with a 1-0 lead, giving up 4 consecutive goals early in the fourth was well, it just went from bad to worse in a hurry. King scoring on a rare double power play. I mean, both times. A lot of times they'll score on the 5-3, but won't score on the 5-4, or vice versa. But to score on both, that really swung the tide in this game in a hurry. And then and then an amazing deflection that Ilya had no chance on. And yeah, the period went bad in a hurry. I guess we could be happy with the boys because they kept plugging away, even though it's looking bleak. But we did score the last goal of the period. Pajot, who's having a good game, but I'll talk about. I'm holding off talking about a lot of things right now that I'll talk about after the game. So, but Pager, I think, is having a really good game. Made a hell of a deflection. Made a nice play to even start the play as well. And Aho, what a beautiful slap pass that was. It had to be pin perfect, and it was. So really nice play by him. And Ryan Pollock picked up his second assist of the game. So we're in it going into the third, another 2-goal deficit. Can we pull out another miracle? Remember at the start of the season, we pulled out a bunch of miracles, and then the well went really dry for a long time. I'm hoping maybe that doesn't happen this time, and maybe we got one in on us. So the only thing that you can say is that we're playing this game with insurance, even though it would have been the most golden of opportunities to take advantage of 4 teams. Detroit lost. Who else lost? They all lost. Pittsburgh lost. Everybody lost. Washington lost. It would have been huge. Well, this game isn't over. We can still win this. But yeah, I guess you just got to think in terms of that. I mean, if the Kings can score 4 in a period, we can score 2, right? So if we pick it up in the third period, that'd be great. There were moments for the Islanders, but I know we're not really expected to win this game, but it would have been nice to at least been better than this. I thought we had a really good first period, but the second just killed us. We're being outshot 26-18 right now after 2 periods, which is pretty indicative of the score right now, which is 4-2 for the Kings. So hoping for a whole lot better effort out of the boys in the third period. So I'll be back to talk to you again after the third and give you my thoughts on everybody on the team tonight. So let's go Islanders. Let's pull off a miracle here, boys. Let's do another comeback kid routine. It would be huge to even 1 point. We would pick up 1 point on 4 teams tonight, and even games. We're just a point higher. That's all. So yeah, like just get us a point. So anyway, hopefully I'm a little more excited when we get back after the game, but you never know. Let's go Islanders. Let's pull this one off. Well, I certainly didn't pick the best hockey game to start podcasting again, did I now? Like, well, I got to look at the silver lining of this whole game. Basically, odds are we weren't going to win this game. If you talk about those ones on the schedule, there's that so-called schedule loss, even though there's no such thing as a scheduled loss. But if ever there was, you kind of look at this game like we suck in LA. We always have. And the only silver lining to the whole thing is that all our competition lost tonight too. So we got a free pass for tonight. And the most important thing here is to win the next 2 games against Anaheim and San Jose. That's what this whole West Coast trip has been about. And if we can accomplish that, then things will be looking good for us. We'll have the West Coast swing out of the way. And it's just down the home stretch from there. So like I said, we got a pass tonight. So thanks to the other teams that didn't show up tonight as well as the Islanders. So it's real unfortunate to have that knowledge going into the game and seeing the scoreboard when you're at the arena and knowing what a huge opportunity you have in front of you and you didn't take it. So but overall, you know what? The game was just a weird game. It was a very weird game. It's to me, the TSN turning point was definitely Matt Martin throwing that helmet. He's a senior guy on the team. He's the leader. He started the whole ball rolling with that one toss of the helmet, and he has to know better than that. I know he knows better than that. That's not a hockey IQ thing. That's just not controlling your emotions for the better of your team. And very disappointed in Matt in that one. I don't think he thought it would have the consequences it did, but lo and behold, before you knew it, Zach Parise has an accidental penalty. We're down 5-on-3. Boom, boom, 2 quick goals, and all started because of Matt Martin. And the game just went downhill from there. We lost it in one period. We lost it in half a period, just in succession, just one goal after another because of that 5-on-3. So not good, Matt. So basically, it was at our hands. However, with saying that, it was a weird game in that, okay, you give up a 5-on-3 and you give up a power play goal. Okay, that doesn't happen very often on the same 5-on-3, but tonight it did, and you go, well, okay, well, give it up there. But and then there's beautiful deflection as well to beat Ilya. So it's not like, other than that initial taking the really bad penalty, and I don't blame Zach for his, is an accident. Those things happen every once in a while. The Islanders really didn't do anything wrong. They were basically with the Kings most of the game. So we did get outshot. What was it, like 38 to 26 or something like that? So that wasn't good, being outshot by 12 shots on net. But it's a road period. You're on the West Coast, and it's not like they played bad. It's a weird one, especially for a 5-2 score, but getting that empty netter. So the Islanders falling 5-2 to the Kings. Like I said, probably most likely a scheduled kind of loss. So it doesn't matter if we had a hard fought 3-2 loss. Results the same. So 5-2, who cares? Just win those next 2 games. And this is where we really need to show up big time. Big time. Isles don't have to travel very far tonight. They're settled on West Coast time. I've been out here a while now, so no excuses tomorrow. I know, like, Pittsburgh lost to Montreal tonight. You can lose to these teams for sure, but we cannot lose to these teams this time. It's just 2 games, and they need to bear down and win both of them. All right, let's go through the what I thought of most of the players tonight. Zach Parise, the effort is always there. Trying. Unfortunate, takes that penalty. He did stick his knee out, so I guess you got to give him almost as much blame as Martin. Not as much, but I guess you kind of do. It's a natural instinct, especially when you go to hit somebody and you're about to miss them, so you try to go over this way. You're not really thinking about your knee. You're thinking of trying to at least hit him with the upper body, but that's how it goes. So Zach had to be better there too. So other than that kind of hurt us, and he took a penalty tonight, and that didn't help at all. So by doing that. Okay, I got to tell you, one of the most beautiful things about being a podcaster over being somebody who's in the media, a media person like an Andrew Gross or somebody like that, they have to be nice in their whatever article they write or whatever podcast they're on. They have to say the real right things. But me, I don't have to. I can say whatever I want, and this is whether you like it or not. I mean, I know I could lose people who would subscribe here, but the majority of people that do subscribe here feel the same way as me. And Josh Bailey, like, what a waste. What the hell? I mean, how many times do we have to try this guy on the first line? And when are we going to get a hockey staff knowledgeable enough to see that every line this guy goes to, he brings the line down? Oh my God. it, how does he play tonight and Simon Holmstrom sit? I don't get it. I don't get it. It's almost like the Islanders are, oh, you signed a 7-year contract. Well, this is your spot for the next 7 years, no matter what you do. You know, you can get injured, you walk right back into it, like Cal Clutterbuck did tonight. We'll talk about Cal in a second, but we're talking about Bailey right now, who should have never even been on the ice in the first place. I find it comical that our coaching staff thinks, like, even if you mix up the lines halfway through the game or for the third period or whatever, comical to think you're going to get anything out of your first line with that guy out there. It's just not going to happen. At least not on a regular basis. Everybody jumps on the bagwagon when he has one good game at a 25, and it's like, holy smokes, our standards are so low. When are the New York Islanders going to start hurting some feelings? Okay, I'm gonna skip. I'm gonna do both these guys at the same time. Like, how did Cal Clutterbuck just walk back into the lineup tonight? Seriously. Seriously, and Holmstrom sitting. How if Bailey was playing, Clutterbuck had to be sitting. If Clutterbuck was playing, then Bailey had to be sitting tonight. And it's just, we screwed up 2 lines for these 2 guys out of our loyalty card of putting Cal back with the boys on the 4th line as the identity line, and just say screw it that Hudson Fashion and Casey Cizikas are playing well above average as 4th liners or 3rd liners or whatever you want to call them at that line. Fantastic chemistry between the 2, but let's break that up so that, Cal and Matt and Casey can all be happy that the 3 of them are playing together again. Like, come on, man. When are we going to start making some tough calls in this franchise? It's like everybody's scared to make a tough call in this franchise. Like, you know what? If Simon Holmstrom's playing better than Josh Bailey, he's playing better than Josh Bailey. So you put him in the lineup. And if you can't see that he was playing better than Josh Bailey or even Cal Clutterbuck for that matter, I would rather have Holmstrom even in for Clutterbuck if you're going to play Bailey. Like I said, either way. But you could see our whole team makeup was screwed tonight with the chemistry. It just, everything just was boom. Well, we know Bailey's going to bring you any line down, so that was a guarantee. And the identity line was okay. They were okay. They didn't really change anything out there or anything. I know the lines got mixed up and jumbled later on, but still, it's so disheartening. It's so disheartening, like, especially in this time where we have a chance to make the playoffs and we're not going with what I feel is our best lineup. And I also believe many other people feel that way as well. Bo Horvat had a really good game tonight. And why I thought it was really good, even though it wasn't really that outstanding, is because he was basically on an island tonight. He was alone, but he was still making things happen out there. His speed and everything, like I said, I think he's a little bit snake bitten right now, though. There's a bunch of chances he had tonight that he was putting in the net in Vancouver, and it just wasn't working for him tonight. Like, he's just a hair off, but everybody will go through those kind of things, but we need him to snap out of it now. But like I said, he was doing it all on his own because Josh Bailey was his anchor on the right, and okay, I'll now also jump to Anders Lee, who was non-existent tonight, really, until a little bit of a push in the 3rd period. He started to show up a little bit. I barely even noticed him. So there's poor Bo Horvat with Anders not playing his normal game, with his board game and that. I don't see any scrums happening. I don't see anything happening with Anders tonight. And Josh Bailey, who's just a black void. And there's poor Bo all by himself, just doing the best he can. So I can't blame Bo with what he what he did tonight. Like, he had a good game by himself, and it's a damn shame. Like, It's a damn shame. It really is. It's such a waste. So anyway, that's why I like being a podcaster, is because I can say things like that. And you all know that's God's honest truth. And that is correct. What I am saying, you know it. I know it. 95% of the Islander fan base knows it. And it's these 5% that just anyway, good game by Bo tonight. So well done, Bo, for being on your own there. So okay, so I basically covered the identity line. Might as well take Casey in there. Casey had his normal game that he's been playing lately, but he just had better chemistry with Hudson Fasching, and that's that. He went back to playing how he plays when he's with Matt and Cal, and which wasn't a whole lot of effective tonight. I didn't see a whole bunch of banging and crashing going on there. I guess that's what happens when you're chasing, but overall, like, they weren't horrible. Nobody was horrible tonight, because I really don't think it was as bad as the score indicates, but still, you gotta, be smart about it, Lane, for crying out loud. You gotta be smarter than that. Engdahl, probably his best game as an Islander, that's for sure. He had a lot of I think you'll notice with Engvall, it's very sporadic. Like, he just out of nowhere shows up, and then he's gone. And at some point that will become a little bit frustrating, but he had a whole bunch of them tonight where he just all of a sudden, woo, that burst of speed. Woo, that burst of speed. Oh, well, yeah, he scored. Oh, good for him. He had a good game tonight. He played really well. It was nice to see his effort was out there. He was giving her. So good game by Engvall for sure. I was definitely pleased with his play. Hudson Fasching, same deal. It's just it's a darn shame that the guy he had his biggest amount of chemistry with was taken away from him. So but I saw Hudson winning all the board battles and the effort and everything there. So yeah, I wasn't displeased with Hudson Fasching tonight at all. So another good game for Hudson. You're showing why you probably deserve a contract. I don't think you're going to get it with the Islanders, but you should. If you want to talk about types of players you need on a hockey team, Hudson Fasching is one of those players. Yeah, he's not sexy like a Patrick Kane, who's looks like he needs a cane out there now. He's getting so old. But yeah, I really like Hudson's game. I thought Palmieri put the effort in, but nothing, like, there's times when Palms can he can dictate things when he's out in the ice with his body and his hitting and then his shooting and everything. And it's not like I thought Palms had a bad game by any means. Like, the effort was definitely there. It's just a whole bunch of nothing really happened for him tonight. It just wasn't there. Just not the way Palms can be. But like I said, didn't play bad at all. I wouldn't say that for sure. I've already talked about Anders, how disappointed I was in his game. And holy cow, where did Brock Nelson go tonight? Wow. Wow, I haven't seen Brock disappear in a game like that in a long, 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 long time. Holy moly, Brock. You were nowhere to be found tonight. Definitely not his usual, not his usual game. I'm obviously going to give Brock a pass, whatever it is, the jet lag or whatever. I don't know, but wow, he certainly wasn't there tonight. That's for sure. Yeah, so I'll just leave that at that. Like I said, I give Brock a pass because he's pretty much a lone soldier many nights with us on the island. So yeah, okay, Brock, I give you the pass. What a nice return by JG. It was funny. I was thinking about with JG's return, it's weird because the difference between JG and Bailey, like when they come back, JG hasn't had a very good season this year, but I just felt like this was a guy we needed back real soon. He was just that type of player. But I was thinking of last year's JG, or actually even a year before that. And I thought, you know what? It doesn't matter how he played before. We need this guy back now because of all the injuries we've got. And before I go any farther into Pajot, did anybody else notice that all these string of injuries we had, the person we needed the least kept returning? Okay, you're the last one out of the six that I wanted to return, but yay, you're back. And then the next guy comes and it's like, yeah, you were about second last of what I wanted to return. And now finally we're getting somebody to like Pajot. So somebody of substance. And I guess that's why I thought that was kind of comical. So I thought he had an excellent game tonight. He really stood out tonight. Looked like the old JG out there tonight and got a beautiful goal and was playing some really good hockey out there. It wasn't just the goal that I'm giving him, heaping him some praise on him. He was one of the few Islanders that stood out. I thought we played a pretty good team game, like doing things like gap control and stuff like that. And I didn't think there was too many Islanders that stood out, but I think he was one of them. So, yeah, overall, a great return, and be interesting to see how he holds up tomorrow night on a back-to-back, returning on a back-to-back. That could be a little bit tough for him. So we'll see how that goes. So who else we got left? We got no forwards left, so we're gonna just jump into Adam Pelech on defense. And I thought I thought Pelech had a really nice game tonight defensively. He was sharp. He was giving it all his effort out there, the best that he could. And overall, I thought it was just a typical great Adam Pelech game, and he should have been commended for it, as I'm doing right now. Ryan Pulock, well, some offense. Yay, we finally get some offense at Pulley. Get a couple assists tonight, and in a game where you've only scored 2 goals, that's quite the accomplishment. So it's a good game for Ryan tonight, and he played well defensively and everything in that. I didn't, like I said, I'm not really looking for bad things in most people here tonight because I don't think it was as bad as it looked. But Ryan kind of stuck out a little bit with his 2 assists. So good on you there, Mr. Pulock. Noah Dobson. There was times. He still needs to be stronger defensively, but I tend to forget how young he is, and he's still maturing. And I think it needs to happen now, though. It's time to start turning it around to be that solid rock solid D guy as well. If you have the talent to be that good offensively, teaching defense is easy, and they've taught you, and you know how to do it. So now you just have to apply it. And I just don't feel like he's applying it with 100% force. I know a lot of times big, tall, lanky kind of people get labeled as lazy, and I don't want to do that to him. I don't want to give him that label because it just looks like it. And Brock was labeled with this for a long time, where he never was. And yeah, so I don't want to do that to him. I thought he had a pretty good game tonight. Got a couple of good shots away, and that. So yeah, good goaltending stopped him from scoring tonight. So I thought Scotty Mayfield had a good game as well. He's very physical out there, was really good defensively. One thing I will say about our defense, I really thought they did a really good job on the gap control tonight. They were stepping up, and we were stopping plays at their blue line and at center ice, which was nice to see, instead of us, constantly always giving way to and letting them come in. So I thought our gap control was way better tonight. I thought we played some pretty good structure. Like I said, we just imploded for 10 minutes, and that was it. That's all she wrote. Sebastian Aho, that was a beauty play he made on the goal. That was a sweet pass, slap pass. Overall, he was okay, but gosh darn it, he's just so small, like he needs to learn how to depend better as a small person. Like it can be done. Like Hickey did it. Lots of little guys, like the one that got away for us, Spurgeon, so a lot of guys know how to do it. You just have to figure out how to do it and apply it. It's not from lack of effort. I see him trying out there, but he just needs to learn how to apply a small man's defensive game into his game. And I know it's not from lack of trying, but he just maybe needs some better technique. I honestly, I can't tell you what that is. I don't really know. I guess it's all positioning is really what he needs to be taught is positioning. And once he gets the positioning, then hopefully the defense will fall in line for him. Like I said, it's not from lack of effort. So I'll give him that for sure. Let's see. Romanov was feisty tonight, that's for sure. And it was nice to see Matty Martin come to Romanov's defense there when he was getting cross-checked. But Romanov was trying to dish out the hits tonight, that's for sure. So that was kind of fun to watch. I'm looking forward to seeing him start playing without his full cage on again. I know as a player how much a big difference that makes in your game, that's for sure. So as for Ilya, I will say this, 38 shots, it's almost a 900 save percentage, but just falls a little bit short. Not his best game. A lot of the goals I think he would have had on another night, a couple of them. And no fault on him. They were still beautiful shots and whatnot, but you just come to expect that out of Ilya, and we didn't really get that tonight, even though, only giving up 4 goals on 38 shots is still pretty darn good. So we're just used to better. And tonight we really didn't get it, but did he get the help in that 10-minute barrage? Obviously not. A 5-on-3 and then a 5-on-4 and then a tip puck that he didn't have a chance on. And so you can't blame him. One of them was an empty net tonight, so you can't blame Ilya for that one either, unless you're a real jerk. Then I guess you could blame it on him. So anyway, excuse me. That's all I got for you tonight. We'll be back tomorrow night. This is the game that I'm pumped for. I was always worried about tonight's game with all the things that we have going against us when it comes to the Kings and that. But I knew this whole trip relied on Anaheim and San Jose. And I'm not saying either one of those teams couldn't beat us, especially with us being on the West Coast, which seems to hurt Eastern teams really bad sometimes. I guess it's really hard. It's something I've never really had to do, that type of distance in a day and then play. However, being in a bus is no joyride, let me tell you. So anyway, that's what I got for you tonight. We need the wins tomorrow, especially, and the next game after that. If we get that done, I think we're going to be sitting pretty good. You might notice by the standings, all those teams that had 4 or 5 games in hand on us, some had 6. It's now down to 1, 2, and 3. So we're still ahead of everybody. Pittsburgh's the only one that we've let by. So overall, we're doing the right thing. So disappointing loss overall tonight. It could have been better. I thought it was a game we still could have won had things shaken out just a little bit differently, and not taking a stupid penalty like that. And the funny thing is Zach probably doesn't get his penalty either, because he's in a chasing penalty killing role when he takes a penalty. All right, so he's hunting the guy down. He wouldn't have been doing that, because if Matt hadn't thrown the helmet, we wouldn't have been killing the penalty. So yeah, it was just one of those things. Everything snowballed on us tonight. So looking better, hoping forward to better things tomorrow night. So hope you'll wait for my, if you're just waking up in the morning to see this, have a coffee and just see what I thought of the Islanders tonight, which, if you watch the whole thing, you'll find really wasn't that bad. Not as bad as the score indicates, but I know a lot of people be ticked and say Islanders suck. But that just wasn't really the case tonight. So tough one for the Islanders. Everybody out there, you guys and girls, you all take care and peace out.